Hopefully, editing me has figured out how to do this properly because I've never done like a full video like this before. Hey guys, so today I thought I would film a new video, and I know tier ranking is kind of out of the YouTube community now, but I wanted to do my own take on it, and that is to see if I can remember my ratings for books I read a really long time ago. So I joined Goodreads in 2013, I believe, and I started the Goodreads challenge in 2014. So if you don't know how Goodreads works, it basically you get to log your books every time you read them, you get to put your own ratings in, you get to share them, you get to add status updates. It's kind of like the Facebook for book lovers. But at the end of the year, you get kind of a stats page, and it tells you your highest ranked book, your lowest ranked book, and then you can look at your stats page and see like all the books you've ranked in 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 star. So I thought it'd be really interesting to use Tiermaker to see if I could remember my old ratings, because considering I started like really using the Goodreads challenge in 2014, it's been 6 years and I don't think I can remember all of these. I did have to go through Goodreads and download all the images, but I did that a couple weeks ago so that I would forget, hopefully, what I ranked these books. I don't even remember some of the books that I read like in these really long ago years. So I don't know what I think my ranking's gonna be, but I'm gonna rank them, and then I'm going to, at the end of the video, go to Goodreads and try and match up what I actually got, and see like how close I was and what I got right and what I got wrong, and whether or not I think my rankings have changed since then, because I think that would actually be really interesting. So hopefully this works out, because I think it'd be an entertaining video to see just how well I know my rating system and how much I liked these books back then. Now, obviously, having been on Goodreads for ages, I have many years of this to go through. So I'm going to be doing one for each of the years. I'm going to be starting with 2014, and I'm going to go through to 2019. I'm going to space these videos out, but I'm going to go through like all of them. So we're going to get started. So I have all my books here. I think I read 50 books in 2014, and this is by alphabetical order. So I'm going to see if I can get this right. 5 Love Languages. Now, I read this because it was a youth group thing, and I really wanted to read it. It's a good book. I highly recommend it. This is the one, I think this is one for married couples though. So if you read it, I would highly recommend getting the ones for singles, unless you are in a long-term committed relationship with someone. I think, I want to say I gave it 4 stars. I'm not sure. Allegiant, I know I gave 5 stars, even though I cried at the end of it. I know I gave Allegiant 5 stars. Being Friends with Boys. I don't really remember this book much, except for the fact that nothing made sense to me and I was confused the entire time. We had like 7 or 8 different big characters introduced to us at the beginning of the book, and I could not keep them straight. I don't think I remembered the main character's name until like halfway through the book, and I vaguely remember stuff about this. So I'm gonna say I gave this 3 it might have been 2 stars. I'm gonna say I gave it 2 stars. Catching Fire. Reread. Obviously, I love Catching Fire. I think Catching Fire is one of the best sequels out there, and I know I gave that 5 stars. Champion, I know I gave 5 stars, just because it's Marie Lu. I've loved all of Marie Lu's books. I think there's only been 1 or 2 books that I maybe have not given 5 stars, and that's in a later year. Okay, so far I think I'm doing okay. Cinder, I think, was a 4.5 stars, so I'm going to put it here because I don't think I gave it a full 5 stars. I think I remember starting out the series not giving it 5 stars, and then everything after Cinder was 5 stars. Ooh, does anyone remember the days when Delirium like was a huge thing? Now, I really liked the first book. Like, the book series went downhill after that. Fight me on that. If you disagree, fight me. Delirium Stories, I want to say was 3 stars, because I don't know why I read this, but I did. And this is my first time reading the short stories, but I know that I had read Delirium before, and I think I gave it 4 stars. I want to say it was a 4-star book for me because it wasn't that bad, but at the same time, like, it wasn't that good either. Dewey the Library Cat, I want to say was a 3.5-star book, so we're going to put it here. It was good. It dragged out a little longer than I thought it needed to, and honestly, that could have been condensed to probably about 200 pages, and I think it was like 350 something. So that's probably why I gave it a lower rating. Distant Waves. Okay, this book, I did not like this book. I got it from a friend who was selling books and premise sounded interesting. It was okay. I think I gave it 2 stars because at the end of the day, I really didn't like it all that much. So, oh, okay, we're getting to the Eve trilogy. Do I have the last book on here too? No, this is not the year I read the last book. Okay, did not like Eve. I read this because way back in the day, Elle Fowler, known as All That Glitters 21 on YouTube, a beauty guru, had a like second channel book channel called Elle's Glitter Gossip, and she did these book reviews called Glitteratures. And she raved about this book. I did not like it. It wasn't very well written. The characters were stupid. There was some attempt at a love triangle that wasn't actually a love triangle. It was weird. I think I want to say I gave it 3 stars. Oh, okay. This is a complicated one because Flowers in the Attic is a book I never should have read. I had heard people talking about it. This was the year where like this book was coming back into BookTube, and yeah, obviously I did not like it. I think I gave it a 2 stars. I think I gave both of them a 2 stars. This is a bind up, so this technically counts towards 2 books, but this is a bind up. 4 stories, 5 stars. I know that. Gathering Blue. Okay, so I read the entire Giver series. I read all of these books in the same year. I want to say that Gathering Blue is my least favorite out of the 4, and I think it was a 4-star book because of that. I'm not sure. I feel like I gave the rest of the books 5 stars, but I think Gathering Blue was a 4. I know that Gathering Blue was lower than everything else by 1 star. So I think it's a 4-star book. I'm not entirely sure though. See, this is interesting for me because I haven't reread it since then. So I don't know what I would rate it now. But I remember not liking the premise as much or something. Yes, Ike is stating goodbye. I was a youth group kid. I read this a lot. I read this book about 4 or 5 times, I would say. Not embarrassed about that. It taught me a lot of good things. It was good for me at the time. Now, not so much. We're just gonna ignore the fact that he's no longer a Christian and has left the faith and divorced his wife. Pretty sure I gave this 5 stars. If There Be Thorns. Is this the 3rd or 4th book in the... I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was 2 stars. I don't think. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure the whole series was 2 stars. Ignite Me. Oh, I forgot about this. Okay, so Shatter Me was big at this point, and Whitney novels. Love her. Absolutely love Whitney. She talked about this trilogy so much that I read the books. If you know anything about me, you know I don't like romance. Not really. I'm not a big romance reader. So me reading this, I didn't realize it was so heavily romance based, and I know what I would rate them all now, but I don't remember what I rated them then. Think Ignite Me got 3 stars. I don't know. I think Ignite Me got 3 stars. Okay. Legend definitely got 5 stars. I cried while reading them. I'm pretty sure I cried reading the entire trilogy because I cried in Legend. Pretty sure I cried in Prodigy. Definitely cried in Champion. And now that Rebel is out, I cried. I ugly sobbed through the last like 40 pages of Rebel. So I've cried throughout this whole trilogy. Looking for Alaska. Ooh, I do not like this book. I'm gonna say, I don't know if this is a 3-star or a 2-star book. I was very generous with ratings back then, so I'm gonna say I gave it a 3-star. In fact, I'm pretty sure the only John Green book I actually like is The Fault in Our Stars. I almost said To Kill a Mockingbird. That's totally not the right book. Looking for Alaska and Paper Towns are the exact same book, and you can fight me on that. Messenger, I'm pretty sure I gave 5 stars. Mockingjay, I'm pretty sure I gave 5 stars. Oh my gosh, Monsters of Men. So this is a series that I read because of Charlize. She was a New Zealand booktuber way back in the day, Charlize Rainhorse. She doesn't make videos anymore, but I loved her stuff back then, and she loved this trilogy. So I'm pretty sure I read this because of her. I know that. And I got through it pretty quickly. I used to love the story and the love interest and everything. I don't anymore. But I'm pretty sure I gave Monsters of Men 5 stars. I think this whole trilogy got 5 stars out of me. Oh, wait. Which book is this? Is this Obsidian? Okay. Confession time. I did not want to buy these books, so I may or may not have read them online, not entirely legally. It's not an excuse. Don't torrent books. It's not good for the author. It's not good for publishing. It's illegal. I am well aware of that. Back then, I didn't have a problem with it, also because I knew I probably wasn't going to like these books, so I didn't feel as bad about them. And with living overseas, it wasn't as easy for me to get my hands on books that were popular at the time. So I didn't want to be spending like in a different currency in Hong Kong dollars. I didn't want to be spending like 6, 7, 800 Hong Kong dollars on a series that I knew I wasn't really gonna like. So I had no problems with the fact that I was downloading this. I still don't, because I know I don't like the series. I would not do that now. I would buy the ebook, I would listen to the audiobook, I would get it from the library, something like that. But knowing how I feel about this series, I didn't like it and I still completed it because I wanted to know how everything would end up. But I'm gonna say I actually think I gave Obsidian 4 stars. I don't like aliens. I think the story got really dumb after a while. After like the second book, I think it got really dumb, but I'm pretty sure I gave it 4 stars. Once. Okay, I'm pretty sure I also gave Once 3 stars. No, I feel like the ratings got lower as I went on, so I'm gonna say 2 stars. I don't remember what order these books go in. Onyx and Opal. Obsidian, I don't know what order these books go in. I'm gonna say this was also a... No, I think they went down to 3 stars after the first one. I'm gonna say they both were 3 stars because I'm not entirely sure, and I also don't remember what order these books came in, but if I look it up on Goodreads, it's gonna tell me my rating. So, Pandemonium. Delirium got 4 stars. I feel like Pandemonium got 3.5. So, because it went downhill. This is where the second love interest was introduced. We have, oh, I don't remember his name. We have Julian, who Christine from, like, Christine Riccio infamously calls Julian. Oh, I don't remember. What's the other guy's name? I don't remember the other guy's name, but I just remember, I think Julian is the second love interest, and I didn't like him. And then both the guys got stupid anyways, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, Prodigy obviously gave 5 stars. Requiem. I want to say I gave 2 stars, but I feel like I rated it higher because at that point, me not liking the book was giving it 3 stars. But I think I actually lowered my rating for this one, and I think I gave it 2 stars. Percy Jackson. Okay, all the Percy Jackson books are 5 stars. Like, I already know that. Seeds of Yesterday, 2 stars, if not 1. I don't remember. Shatter Me, I think got 4 stars. I don't remember. I think Shatter Me had 4 stars. Sun, I know, was a 5-star book. The Ask and the Answer, I don't know. The Ask and the... I feel like these were 5-star books. I don't remember, but I'm going to say they were 5-star books because I think that's what I rated them at that point. Now I wouldn't. Now I would say they're probably between 3 and 4-star books for me because, spoiler alert, I don't know if you guys have read this or if you're intending to. If you are, I will have a thing here that's in red that says spoiler alert, and I'm going to talk about spoiler, and when it disappears is when you can, like, unmute me. The dog dies in the first book, and I was very, very mad about that. And then my friend, who had also read the trilogy, who had only read the first 2 books but was ahead of me, told me the dog came back because he misremembered. Yeah, the dog didn't come back. The dog died. And I was very mad because they killed the dog in the first book, and I was so pissed. So yeah, now I would give it a lower rating, but back then I'm pretty sure it was a 5-star book. Percy Jackson, yeah, that was 5 stars. Book Thief, 5 stars. The Catastrophic History of You and Me. Okay, it's a romance book. It's about a girl who literally dies of a broken heart after her boyfriend breaks up with her. It's like 450 pages long. It could have been 350. Easily. Pretty sure I gave that 4 stars though. The Giver, pretty sure I gave The Giver 4 stars. 5 stars? 4 stars? Oh, I don't know. I know I really enjoyed The Giver, but I know that my favorite book is Sun, which is the last in the quartet. The Giver might have been 4 stars. Okay, House of Hades, that was 5 stars. The Hunger Games, that was 5 stars. Knife of Never Letting Go. See, I don't remember if I rated this lower because of the spoiler that I just talked about. I want to say I gave this 5 stars, despite everything, or 4.5 stars. Ooh. See, back then, like, 4.5 stars were not something I gave as much thought to. It was just like, oh, did I like it as much as a 5 star? Like, now I have a little more reasoning behind a 4.5 stars, but I feel like back then this might have been, you know what, we're gonna go with the 4.5 stars and we're gonna put it in the 4-star tier. Percy Jackson, the entire, just all of Rick Riordan's books, we're just gonna put them all up here because I know for a fact that I rated everything. Oh, you're supposed to be down here. I know for a fact that I rated everything 5 stars. I don't think I've ever given a Rick Riordan book anything less than a 5 stars. I've only read 10 out of like all the books he's published, only read 10. But I'm pretty sure they all got 5 stars out of me. The statistical probability of love at first sight. I think I first heard about this from Kat's channel. The whole book takes place in one day. It's about a girl who is going to her dad's wedding and she's mad because he's getting remarried. I don't remember why he's getting remarried, if it's because her parents divorced or because her mom died. Like, she's going to this wedding and she's really not happy about this, and she meets this guy named Oliver. This might have started my love for characters named Oliver, because Oliver Queen is another huge favorite of mine. Pretty sure she meets a guy named Oliver at the airport and they fall in love in 24 hours. And it's about the statistical probability of falling in love at first sight. I want to say I gave this 5 stars because I remember really enjoying it. So yeah, I think this was a 5-star read for me. Wow, I had a lot of this is a lot of 5-star books. I don't know if this is accurate. Percy Jackson, 5 stars. This Song Will Save Your Life. I think this was a 4-star book. I really liked the premise of it, but at the end of the day, I don't think I connected to it that much. It was a good book. It's taught me a lot about DJs and about playlists and about like underground music clubs and stuff like that, but I don't think I ended up giving it a 5 stars like I thought I would. I'm pretty sure I gave that a 4 stars. Oh, Unite Me, the short stories. Pretty sure I gave that 3 stars. I don't like Adam, and I also don't like Warner. Unpopular opinion, I have never liked either one of them. I also don't really like Juliet. My feelings for this trilogy are basically that I think the whole relationship was very toxic on everyone's part. Adam was a toxic person, Warner was a toxic person, Juliet is kind of a toxic person. So that's my opinions on this, and it took me a long time to figure out why I didn't like it, but that's why, and I'm pretty sure I gave this 3 stars. Unravel Me, pretty sure I gave that 3 stars too. Wedding Night. I like Sophie Kinsella. I've always really enjoyed her books, but I'm going to say I gave her this one 4 stars because I'm pretty sure that was the rating. I know I didn't love it, but Sophie Kinsella is an author that like stuck with me through my preteen years till now. So I'm pretty sure I gave this a 4 stars. Okay, so I've rated all the books here. Did I not have any 1-star reads? Or do I just not remember this correctly? I feel like I gave 1-star ratings, but I'm not sure. So now we're going to go to Goodreads and I'm going to see how much this matches up because I'm really curious. Okay, so we're going to go into my books, and this is how, like, if you don't know how to do this, this is how. It's pretty easy. And then you're going to go into stats. Okay, so 2014 here. I read 52 books. We're going to see how well I match this up. Oh, they're so small. Why are they so small? Okay, we're gonna like zoom in on this a little bit and hopefully that totally doesn't mess up my video. I was right. I did not have any 1-star books that year. No 1-star books. Okay, so let's see what I got right. Allegiant, Champion, Prodigy, Legend. Yep, those were all 5-star books. I gave Messenger, Sun, The Book Thief. Yeah, those were 5 stars. I gave The Song Will Save Your Life 5 stars. I totally thought I gave it 4 stars. That's the first one I got wrong. You know what? I'm gonna have a little thing here that says how many I got wrong. Percy Jackson obviously gave that 5 stars. Loved it. I'm right about that. 4 5 stars. Yep. Hunger Games 5 stars. And the first 4 of the Heroes Olympus books I gave 5 stars. So okay, I got that right. Oh, okay. So I'm immediately seeing what I got wrong. None of the Knife of Never Letting Go books made it into my 5 stars. Oh, I did think, I totally thought they were 4-star books and I was right. But I second guessed myself and I second guessed 2014 me and thought I gave it a higher rating. I didn't. Okay, 5 Love Languages. That was a 4-star book. I was right about that. I gave The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. That's a hard title to say. I gave that book 4 stars, not 5 stars. I thought I liked it more. Dang. What's my counter up to now? Like, I have 5 wrong right now? I think. I'm not. The Giver only got 4 stars. That makes sense. Gathering Blue, I was right. That was a 4-star book. I Kissed Dating Goodbye was 4 stars. But then I put it in here. I put it in 5 stars. I'm wrong. You know, this is probably the time when I had been rereading it for a couple years in a row, and it was getting like less and less impactful as I went along. So I think, yeah, it started going down in ratings. Delirium, I gave 4 stars in my reread. Where is it here? Oh, it's 4. Okay, I got that one right. I was really nervous about that one. Pandemonium, I gave 4 stars. Really? I thought I gave that 3 stars. Apparently, I liked it more. I know Delirium is my favorite out of everything, but yeah, I'm surprised. Delirium Stories, I also gave 4 stars? Dang. Wow, I liked that trilogy more than I remember. So this is Unravel Me, and this is Unite Me. I gave both those books 4 stars. They're in the 3-star tier, and Shatter Me is in the 4-star tier. Shatter Me was not in the 4-star rating category on Goodreads. That's embarrassing. Dewey, that was in the 4-star cat. I thought I gave it 3 stars. Wow. Okay, I apparently liked that, but wow. My ratings are like all over the place. I think I've gotten more wrong than I have right at this moment. Wedding Night. Okay, that one I got right. That was a 4-star. Obsidian, I gave... Yeah, I was right about that. I gave that 4 stars. Cinder, I was right about that. I gave that 4 stars too. Okay, what book number are you? Opal is number 3, and I gave that 4 stars apparently. While I gave the second book, Onyx, 3 stars. So I guess I liked Obsidian and then Onyx and then Opal and then whatever came after that. That'll be in my 2015. So then Statistical Probability, no, that's the wrong one. Catastrophic History of You and Me, I gave that 3 stars. I thought I gave that 4 stars. I thought I liked that more, but I guess I was right that I didn't really like that book that much. It was like an okay book, and I gave it 3 stars. Requiem, I gave 3 stars. I was generous with Requiem. I thought I gave it 2 stars. Yeah, I thought I gave that 2 stars, but apparently I was generous and gave that 3. Shatter Me and Ignite Me both got 3 stars. Okay, I'm right for Ignite Me. That was correct. Eve and Once both got 3 stars. I thought I gave Once 2 stars because I thought they got progressively lower as it went on, because I'm pretty sure I know I DNF'd. No, I did not DNF the last book. I sped read through the last like 90 pages because I was so pissed off at that book. Pretty sure I gave that 1 star. Okay, Being Friends with Boys, I gave 2 stars. I'm right about that. I gave Distant Waves 4 stars? Hold on. This book, this guy here, I gave 4 stars. I don't remember liking this book that much. Well, current me is very surprised by past me. Flowers in the Attic, yep, gave that this entire... I'm sorry about that. I live close to a fire station. I was right that the entire... Okay, for someone who didn't like the first book, or the second book, or the third book, I made it through the entire series of The Flowers in the Attic, the Dollenganger series. I bought all the books. I don't know what I was thinking at that point, but I read that whole series. I hated everyone at that point. Surprised this didn't actually get 1 star. I'm gonna go into Goodreads and change my rating after this to make them all 1-star books. I don't understand why I continued with those books. I remember this, I could not tell my parents what these books were about when they asked me, because I brought these books with me to Sweden on a family vacation. They would ask me what I was reading, and I could not tell them what these books were about because it's filled with a lot of naughty stuff. I've read stuff since that's a little more explicit than that. Hi Dad, I know you're watching. Sorry, this is where you're finding out all these things that I've read that I've never told you about. I'm appalled at myself for getting so many of these wrong. And then Looking for Alaska, I gave 2 stars. Where is it here? I thought I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was a little more generous. Okay, so my counter here is probably going to tell you, I think I got like half of them wrong. So that's embarrassing. That is all that I have, because this was enlightening. Anyways, this was very enlightening. I think it was fun. I liked this. This was as fun as I thought it would be. So I am going to do my future years. I'm going to do 2015 next. My memory isn't quite as good as I think it is when it comes to book ratings. There are a lot of books that I thought I rated higher that I rated lower and a lot of books that I rated lower that I thought I rated higher. But this is a lot of fun for me. So I don't know if this was fun for you. Hopefully it was kind of entertaining, especially as I realized how much stuff I was getting wrong. And even if no one else is watching this, I'm gonna make more of these because I think it's a lot of fun and I like documenting this. Anyways, that is it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.